Remind me why we're doing this again? What's your plan for your first anniversary? Diving into an active volcano? Not in my family. Wasn't there some rhyme that kids would say to call Charlotte's ghost? How'd that go? Wasn't it like, don't remember, too much pressure. It was like, who likes ghosts? All of us do. So come hang out. We'll have a nice time. Seriously? I don't hear. What? What's happening? You are such a brat. I'm not falling for it again. I don't hear them. Welcome back. You're watching Ghost Talker Tours. I'm your host. Oh, and I suppose you have a better name? No, that's weird, and you're weird for saying it. We're using mine. And I'm Addison Abomination Hammond. This week, we're creeping into Thornton Hall, the most haunted place in the known universe. We're here to find... Ah! Oh, that is a spider! It is in my hair! I don't even want to be alive anymore! Please just kill me! That was a black widow! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! It's her or me! I just dropped her. I'm going to throw the floorboards. Jess? Jessalyn? This isn't funny! Where are you? Jessie! I don't want to be alone. Please stop, please! Please come back! This isn't funny! I'm too scared. Jess, where were you? I don't understand. Are you okay? Jess, if this is a prank, it's not funny. Not funny! Jess, you're really scaring me. Say something! Where are we going? I'm just going to pretend it's a top secret, really nice hotel. Remember when Elizabeth got married and we all watched rom-coms and ate caramel corn? I was just thinking, like, at no point that evening was I like, I'll die here. It just didn't come up. The serpent rests in the center on the two handles. Whoa, buddy system! Jess, where are you going? Are all of those coffins occupado? I gotta go outside. Yeah, I know. It says this building is for dead people only. It's Addie. Leave a message. Hello? Hi. What's up? Yeah? Is this about Jessalyn? I can't. I'm sorry. No. She needed my help. And I blew that, so just leave me alone. My best friend is dead because I got scared and ran away. Do you really think she's alive? Okay. I'll help with what I can. She was about to get married, and I think the pressure of it was getting to her. It was supposed to be a night of blowing off some steam. Jess always loved a good scare. She used to make me sneak into scary movies with her when we were kids. Then, things got strange. So, in a weird way, spending the night searching for a ghost sort of made sense for a bachelorette party. At first, it was really fun. We were running around trying to scare ourselves silly. We were making these recordings like we were on a ghost hunter show. She was classic Jess for most of the night. Yeah, we were in the house and suddenly she just screams. And then she's nowhere to be found. I was alone in the house, jumping at every noise, too afraid to move. It felt like hours. Then she came back. She wouldn't say what had happened. She wouldn't even talk to me. She wanted to be left alone. She went downstairs and that was that. It was her and me up in that freezing house, and I remember thinking, I'll never get to sleep. But then I started to feel fuzzy, like I was underwater or something, and I noticed Jess was gone again. I wanted to get up and find her, but I couldn't move. It was like this invisible hand was pinning me down. I heard singing. It wasn't Jess. I heard a strange voice. It wasn't Jess. Then it was the morning. I was alone and Jess was gone. Charlotte. I'm sure of it. I couldn't make anything out. She sang. I only heard a little bit. Yeah, one line in particular found its way into my nightmares that night. Your house is on fire. Your children shall burn. No. Actually, wait. Hang on. Upstairs, there was this door. Jess was desperate to get it open. Between you and me, I was relieved that she couldn't figure it out. I could feel eyes on me all night long. If you'd asked that last week, I would have made some crack about Bigfoot. And now I'm going to say that I don't believe. Because I'm afraid if I let myself believe, I'll be opening a door that no one can close. What's to think? He's always been decent to me and Jess. Just what I've heard from Jessalyn. Apparently she handed in her sanity card a while back. Jess said Clara was always worried Harper would return. I think she was scared of her. She told Jess to call the police if she ever saw Harper. Look, thank you for looking for Jess, but I can't keep doing this. I'm sorry. Don't call me again. Okay, maybe a little strained. Next time you're looking at greeting cards, compare the birthday cards that say Mom with the ones that say Mother. Clara got the stuffy, awkward, super formal mother cards, the ones that don't mention hugs or fun. Jess used to call her Chairman Mom, behind her back, of course. I don't think Jess was afraid of Clara, but still, I can't say for sure. What? I used to think we were really close, but I don't know. Maybe it was, and she didn't tell me. No, but it was so drafty in there, it would surprise me if there weren't. Yeah, Colton was dating her before he and Jess got engaged. Very. She split and it broke his heart. I mean, honestly. I think that's what probably prompted the engagement. If she's back, I don't even know what that means. Kinda desperately, it stopped being fun. That's all I know. A scavenger hunt, but I don't know. There was something strange about it. Jess was looking for something toward the end of the night. Yeah, that's probably Jess's. We were taking pictures for the scavenger hunt. She took it with her when she wandered off. Maybe the pictures might help you find her. No, that has to be it. Jess was obsessed with finding where Charlotte died. Did it look like there was a fire there? That's it. I wouldn't go near that spot for anything. The tombstone portion of our scavenger hunt, there was something strange about it, just in case something happened to her. I thought she said that to scare me, but maybe not. No, Jessalyn must have found it, but I couldn't tell you where it is. Jess had a key, but I don't know what happened to it. Bye. All right, later. Find Jess.
Been burning the midnight oil at both ends? On? Why? Is there a ghost?
What if she's not really missing? I'm not saying that, but maybe there's something else going on.
Coming soon to theaters everywhere. Voicemail, the movie. Accepting auditions after the beep. You've reached Bess. Please leave your message in the form of a compliment. Hey, Nancy, what's happening? You're alive. Great job. So, did you meet the ghost? George is in New York. Yeah, Ned and I were just planning a road trip for when you're back. I was in the middle of trying to convince Ned to grow a bad mustache so we can hang out in Brooklyn. Someone has to, Ned, and George already said no. It was a really angry no, too. Anyway, did you make it to the island? Put that on a billboard. I, on the other hand, have been watching videos of otters so good at stacking things. Additionally, I've kidnapped Ned. I've been so bored since George left, and Ned's a very active listener. See? And he's also very quick to Stockholm. Do you think she's actually missing? If it's a missing persons case, why aren't the police taking care of it? Ned was telling me about the ghosts out there. Do you think maybe they're related? Ned, do I have permission to do a spit take in your living room? I'm doing it anyway. Say that again. I wasn't really gonna do it, guys. Unless someone made me laugh. And this is that super red soda that's still on the market even though it's been linked to distractibility in 9 out of 10 Besses. Back to you. Are you finally trading in your Skeptics Club card? Someone has a crush on Nancy. Right. That also makes sense. Unless it's a trap. Sorry. I know you asked me to stop saying that. Have to follow the clues. Like how you know that we're gonna say, bring me back something awesome? Which was a joke, because I totally was going to say the other thing. Is this going to be a ghost blind item? A well-known spirit was spotted at a popular haunt canoodling with a certain ghost about town known for his habit of appearing in mirrors. Okay. Homework, my dad talking about taxes, that picture of a puppy who got lost. Old paintings of European royalty. I'm there. Ned, you gotta tell her to come home. Nancy, you're really scaring me. Come home.
Nancy! Nancy, you're breaking up. Is that you? I still can't hear you. Call back later. Nancy! Nancy? Ned, it's Nancy again. I wish she'd get her phone fixed.
I'm not good with koans. Ned? Yeah, well, I once turned a potato into an abomination by forgetting about it for a year. Sorry. It's hard not to get jealous around Mr. Knows Things here. Continue being useful. Of course you did. Nancy, I'm finding you a hobby. A nice, safe hobby. Like hanging out in a box full of bubble wrap or reading a book in a bank vault. Well, you can't blame her. Whoa, that sounds bad. You gonna ask her about it? Smart. Something like that makes me think she really might be unstable. How sad. Do you think you can figure out who it was? Right. That was just a test question to see if you were still a smart detective. For a further test, please explain why. My thoughts exactly. Everyone else is letting me down. George is gone. Joe's discovered hiking, which Nancy is just walking. That's what it is. But it doesn't stop him from talking about it. And Frank is, I don't know what Frank's problem is. He's all sullen, and he keeps talking about needing to grow up and maybe get an MBA or something. You gotta come back and restore balance to the world. Also, Ned's going to need a break from me. Mm-hmm. See? The silence speaks volumes. I still say giving your child a verb for a name dooms them to a life of hearing mediocre jokes. What's he like? Nancy, we have talked about this. Or maybe they're trying to tell you something. Remember in Kyoto, you told me that ghosts are what people invent when an injustice can't be fixed? If that's the case here, once you figure out what the deal with the ghost is, I bet it'll point right to Jesselyn. And if the ghost is real, then case closed. A ghost did it. If that turns out to be the case, please don't tell me. I like living in a world where ghosts are probably not real. I already have to vault into bed after every scary movie for fear of ankle grabbers. Cool. Do you know what you're going to wear? Makes sense. Now the question is, do you match the blindfold to your skirt or your shoes, or do you go all clashy? Hold up, were you being serious? About the ghost? And the blindfold? I know you can't see it, but Ned and I are sharing a worried glance. Oh, get a crypt, you two. What's she like? So, who is she? Hiding? You met a weirdo who has an obvious affinity for ghost kidnappings during the course of your investigation of a ghost kidnapping? And you didn't tell anyone? Ned, say something to uncrazy your girlfriend. Not compelling, Ned, if that's what it takes. I have trained you well. Now go, Nancy. Tattle like the wind. Oh, she is definitely up to something. Keep an eye on her. Where's he fall on the cute to guilty spectrum? Like fun it isn't. Oh, is this because Ned is on the line? I'm not calling off the dogs. You're just going to have to find a way to tell me that balance is the public's need to know with Ned's presumably fragile ego. Is that so? That's so, Neddard? A test. Nancy, describe Colton's looks using the International Ned Cuteness Unit. We talking half a Ned, 2 Neds? Good, because an underappraisal like that means he's way better looking than you. That good looking? Yikes. Right. Ticking clock, kidnapping, etc. How guilty does he seem? For consistency, please state your answers in Ned units. Huh. So that's a thing you can do? Poor her. I've never been a mom, but I have owned my fair share of fish. And no way anyone could take care of something and even think of... Nancy, it's too sad. Can't do it. I know. This case is like a big, fat, tall cloud of sadness that's sitting in front of me and using its cell phone when it's not supposed to. All I want is to see the screen and to not deal with jerks, to have a movie-style romance, and for no one to get hurt ever. Find her, Nancy. Whoa, as in possible motive for Colton? Yeah? By their parents? What? That is crazy times. Why? that is so old school. I mean, arranged marriage? That's like one-room schoolhouse, uphill both ways in the snow, and the teacher's like a horse or something, and everyone's wearing buckle hats, and they're learning about corn. I knew it. Ugh. Art is terrible. I'm done with art. It's just crafts from now on. And while I'm at it, would you take a break from the dark cases for a while? Nancy! Nancy, you're breaking up. Is that you? I still can't hear you. Call back later. Nancy! Nancy? Ned, it's Nancy again. I wish she'd get her phone fixed. Bye. See ya. Talk to you later.
Stop.
My Jessie would never put her family through this nightmare. Never. Yes? Hello? Nancy? Yes, hun. Did you have more to say? Leave me be. Not now. Nancy Drew, we'll make a Southerner out of you yet. Very nice, dear. Thank you. Hun, sorry to be blunt, but this is terrible. I'll just drink this later, when you're not looking. You must be Nancy. Nancy, I've got enough to deal with. Stop playing games, or I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Yes, that's real sweet, hun. So long as you help me find Jesselyn, you're welcome under what's left of my roof here. Yeah, keep a suspicious eye on Wade. He neglected to tell you about his time spent in jail, I see. Wade's a nice guy when he wants to be, and only when he wants to be. I'm happy we have another set of eyes looking for Jessie, but I do hope you know what you're getting yourself into. They had their rows and their romantic dinners, same as any couple. Colton had well, hun, he had some issues, but they worked through them. To put it delicately, family issues. Never you mind, it has nothing to do with what's going on now. You wouldn't know by the look of this dump, but we're worth a great deal of money. Well, that's what I thought this was. But then, no, not yet at least. I can't believe I'm praying for a ransom note to show up. It's like someone's trying to punish us. Thorton Hall was once something truly beautiful. But so much greed and tragedy built up in these walls that when they started to crumble, I wanted to save this place, make it mine. But I couldn't. So whoever took Jessie wanted us to sit here in this broken-down old house waiting for her. I did too. Excuse me, I need to be alone. My cousin. But everyone thought we were sisters. She died here. Join the old family, as they used to say. When I was a little girl, my mama used to say, after we Thorntons passed, we'd keep on living right here. Every night would be a beautiful ball with songs and cute boys to dance with. She wasn't trying to scare me to death, but nonetheless, I did not sleep well on story nights. That was back when Thornton Hall was pretty. Now, I don't even want to entertain the thought. Too much. If she thought there was a ghost about, she'd fall to pieces being so sad. She had this weird belief that Thornton ghosts aren't around forever. They got a short time to make their peace. If they don't, they get bitter, real mean and nasty, until they forget everything that made them human. And then they slip into the cracks of the world to live with the others. You're wise to keep the windows to the spirit world shuttered tight. The lost souls from an accident that happened here years back. Mama called them hungry shadows. I don't want to know. She said they were all tangled together, lost and scared and mean. My mama was a good woman, but dang if she didn't scare me half to death with a regularity. Where did you hear that? If Harper is actually here, stay away from her. She blamed me for what happened to Charlotte. On some level, she was convinced it was me. I let it go at first. She was just torn to shreds about the whole thing. But the more time went by, the more disturbed she got. She was obsessed with the idea that I had stolen part of Charlotte's locket. I never figured out what she was talking about. One night, she followed me out onto the widow's walk. When I got near the railing, she pushed, and I fell. What? No, she went to a boarding school. It was compulsory, but it wasn't an asylum, although she was very theatrical about the whole affair. By the time I got out of the hospital, she was gone. I can't say I wasn't relieved. No, Wade is the reason Wade went to jail. Well, isn't he the chatterbox when it suits him? Yeah, it is. What he doesn't get, what no one gets, is that I meant well. No matter how he explained it to you, he broke the law. He broke into the factory, he damaged thousands of dollars of equipment, and scared the workers half to death. I didn't think he'd go to jail, though, and he knows that. I thought community service. An officer to keep him away from his crooked friends so he would finally straighten up. I planned on dropping the charges, but once the ball got rolling, I lost control of it. Wade ended up sitting across from a judge who wanted to make an example. And that was that. Wade has wanted his revenge ever since. It's stupid. I even suspected him of taking Jesselyn to get back at me. But he'd never do something like that. I don't think. I closed down the company. The entire staff is out combing the woods. I said, sit home or join the search. You get paid either way. Not a soul stayed home. Jesselyn grew up in the business. She's got a lot of people looking out for her. I can be thankful for that. The police recommended a presence here. They said we'd have a better chance of noticing if something was off here, knowing the place and all. What? That can't be right. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Then no more games now, okay? Nancy, enough. Just go away. Headache. I think it's the stress. Since I got here, I have been feeling really strange. It's getting a little hard to breathe in here. Pretty scary, isn't it? You might be right. I don't know. This old house is playing tricks on my head. Oh, you couldn't. I find eavesdropping to be rather rude. Forget what you heard and consider the subject closed. You don't have the context and aren't invited into this conversation. Forced? Please. Jessie's a gem. Any man be lucky to get the time of day from her. Don't tell a soul about this. But Colton, he's got problems. Nothing big, so don't go jumping to conclusions. But his parents told me right away he's always struggled a little. He's a smart boy, but these fits of paranoia take hold of him now and again. A mother always worries. I'm not saying Colton is crazy. I'm saying give him some space. He's had his troubles. There's an old projector somewhere. I know, but just give me a minute. Seeing that it made my head hurt worse. I keep seeing it when I close my eyes. You know, hon, we had that covered up for a reason. I can't talk about it, not right now. Please, just leave me be. Addison, I tried talking to her, but she was a wreck. Here, she'll have calmed down a bit by now. I hope. You'll think I'm crazy. Fair enough. I guess I want to be close to whatever it is that took Jesselyn. It's Charlotte's. We don't go in there. Best of luck. That door locked itself up tight the day of her funeral. There's not a key in this world that'll open it. I've tried. Why would you ask me about my father? I don't believe you. Fine. I never knew who my daddy was. Happy to hear me say that? Whatever. It doesn't matter. I think one day she was gonna tell me. But she didn't live to get the chance. I saw Charlotte, and she looked mad. She walked right through the wall, and she told me something only I could possibly know. I said, it's something only I could possibly know.
You sure about this? Watch yourself around the Thorntons. They earn their bad reputation. Well, it depends who's here. Hope for your sake Wade's not skulking around, or that loony bin reject Harper. But it's Charlotte you best watch for. Black Rock Island belongs to her now. Has ever since the night the fire took her. Take care now.
Bye. Take care. See you later, hon. What are you doing? Get out of there, now! Stop that! You better not be doing what I think you are. Huh? Harper? Is that you? Harper, you get back here. What are you doing? Harper, you get back here now! Hurry up! Get me out! I can't breathe! I changed my mind! I don't want to stay in here! Please help! Did you leave? Don't leave me! Why would you play that? Turn it off, now! Well, I can't keep running from you, Charlotte. Well, then you didn't pay her enough. Don't make me the bad guy here. We agreed on this. You said she was no good for him. You said that, not me. Then take care of it. He's not my son yet. And if you don't take care of this, he never will be. And you know what that means. I do not care if she's an adult. She's my daughter. She's not a runaway. She'd never do that to us. No, no, no. It's not cold feet. It's not running away. Someone took her. She is in danger out there. Do something.
Hey. Hi. What's up? Can't stay away. Don't want to go in the house? Don't blame you. Need something? Not now. Back off. Sorry. Of course you're not. I'm just tired. I think it's time I tell you about that thing I forgot. You're here to help? A couple of days back, that would have earned an eye roll. I'm Colton, the fiancé. Welcome to Thorton Hall. I'd extend you all the courtesies of the Thornton clan, but we seem to be about 20 years too late for that. Yes, she might have had second thoughts about the wedding. Trust me, everyone does. But she never let anyone worry about her like this. She loved her family more than anything. I never said that. I know. I remember it like it was just moments ago. You might need this. I found it in the house. Yeah, it's dead though, and the charger got mangled by something. Maybe you could channel all that inquisitive energy into seeing if you can get that old phone back up and running. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid thinking about it. My mind can get caught up in a real dark place. You know, when things around me get bad. Ignore me. I've been up way too long. I saw her one day and thought, this is the girl I'm gonna marry. And then I threw a rock at her face. No, I was just a kid. I had a very limited game book. She still has a little scar. You can see it when she smiles. I'll never live that down. We became best friends. Then we grew up and became what we are. Or were. Or actually didn't start dating until a year ago. We both dated other people, but nothing worked out. One day Clara had enough and sat us down and said, everyone knows you're gonna get married. Go to it already. Jess was mortified. I took her out to the coast since that always cheered her up. We talked through the night, and by the time the sun came up, it just stopped sounding so silly. She's just a little severe until you get to know her. I wouldn't know. So what if I am? I think it's an act. Come right down to it, she keeps the family and the company from falling apart. She can't afford to look weak. No. It's funny you ask. I could tell Jess had something to tell me about Clara. She'd get so close and just stop dead. I know Clara's mom died when she was young, and she ended up living with her cousin's family. But that's it. No, I'm still trying to find the least spooky place on the property. Yeah, I did. The girl, not the ghost. Everyone loved her and everyone wanted her attention. But she still made time for me. She was a rare person. She just loved the world, loved her family, living or dead. Jess told me Charlotte used to spend time in the crypt because she couldn't stand the idea of anyone ever being forgotten. I heard she's in some psych hospital or something. But that's all I know. I saw her around once in a while when I was a kid, but I don't remember much. Just that she seemed scared of her. Maybe they had a past. But I don't know. What are you implying? You want to know the truth so bad? Yeah, I'm afraid she's never coming back. Happy? Nowhere. I walk around, looking for Jesslyn. Did you listen in on my call? Good. Then you know enough. That's an odd question. Really? What did she say? And you're sure this was about me? What are you talking about? You don't know what you heard. You understand me? They've been in politics as long as I can remember. Although who knows how long they'll keep running. Money is different these days. We used to be, well, not Thornton rich, but pretty good. The last campaign cost a lifetime's work. Unless we find some new funds, we're going to have a tough time after this term. I don't want to talk about it. You want a conversation? Fine. I love Lexi. I want to spend my life with her. That was based on a lie. Clara, my parents, even Jesslyn, they were all in on it. She'd have to be. I mean, I haven't considered that she might not be yet. Before Jess and I got together, I was with Lexi. Until one day she called and said it was over. She wouldn't even see me. Then, she was gone. And now I find out. My parents pushed her away, and Clara pushed me and Jess together. Mom and Dad wanted a piece of the Thornton fortune, and Clara wanted a piece of the Birchfield influence. So excuse me for being conflicted. I want Jesslyn safe, but I've always felt a little out of step with the world. When I met Lexi, it's like everything snapped into place. I don't know how else to put it. I do love her, but not in the way I tried to. Jess is my best friend, and always will be. If she ever comes home, and if she ever forgives me. Do you really want to ask me that? Trust me, so do I. Go away, now! Things between Jess and me were never good, but that doesn't mean I'd ever want to see her hurt. Not after all they've done. It's time for them to start worrying about my approval, because I am done looking for theirs. Happiness has never come easy to me. I've had to fight for it. That involved seeing a psychiatrist for a bit when I was a kid. Clara knows why I went, but still won't let it go. To try to forget something. I guess it must have worked. The night of the fire, I was there. I found Charlotte leaving the crypt. She was really upset. I must have said something to her because she came over to me. I could tell she wanted to say something, but it was like someone took her voice. She gave me this big hug and ran off. And she gave me this. I think she wants me to give this to you. I wish I had known what to do that night. I wish I could have saved her. Yeah, and I acted like a kid and ran away. And I hid. I closed my eyes and wished with all my might that someone would make everything all right again. I never told anyone this, but I think I saw someone else there. The fire wasn't an accident, and now I'm afraid whoever did it took Jess. She's not coming back. She's gone. I know because I know. I did what I was supposed to do. I did everything you wanted from me. It's enough. Don't ever call me again. Just go look. Do it. No. No, you don't need to know. You don't need to know why. Just do it. How much is it total? That's enough. When can I get it? I don't care about that. I need to get out of here sooner than later. I need to book a flight. Not a word to my parents or anyone else. I want to see you when this is all over. I know. All I said is I want to see you. That's it. I know you still care about me. Then why did you pick up the phone? Just see me. What do you want me to do about that, Mom? What do you want me to do about that, Mom? Tell Dad no. Tell him no. You want me to ask for money? You seriously want? Then you do it. It's not my problem. Your career means more to you than I do. It must. Don't say responsibility. Don't. Not after what you've done. You have a responsibility to take care of your family. You have a responsibility to act like a decent human being. And I have the responsibility to tell you that I just spoke to Lexi. Yeah, got anything to say to me now? No? Shocking. It's none of your business where I got that money. None of your business. I can't exactly leave here. How would that look? Bye. Goodbye. Later. Hey, what was I supposed to think? One day you were just gone. You could have come to me. You could have told me what she needed. I could have found a way. We could have found a way. Lexi, and I hope you understand how much that makes me hate you right now.
You had second thoughts about the wedding, didn't you?
I never said that.
True, but you implied it. You said, trust me, everyone does.
I know. I remember it like it was just moments ago.
Dare to play. That looks important. This must be the missing painting. This looks like some sort of code. Whoa, if Jessalyn confronts Clara, things could get dangerous fast. I need to find out what's on this camera. This should help me find where the ghosts like to hang out. This should come in handy. Got it! A key. What was Wade up to? The missing locket. I need to get this to Jessalyn. This must be what Jessalyn was looking for. Make yourself blind. Call Charlotte home. I need to figure out what this means. Done. That's all of the seeds. I'd better copy this design. Someone went through a lot of trouble to hide this. It must be important. The Thornton family tree. Might come in handy. I should listen. I wonder if that was one of his parents on the other line. Interesting. It sounds like he's talking to Lexi. I'd better listen. Who is Lexi? What is Colton talking about? It's Colton. I'd better listen. Whoa, sounds like he's in a hurry to get out of town. If that's Jessalyn he's talking about. Clara? The coast is clear. Time to snoop. Locked. Can't do that right now. I already have one. It's not charged yet. Looks like it needs a key. That looks new. It might be Jessalyn's. Time to recharge the battery. Time to recharge the battery. I need to follow the instructions from the note. This must be about that star sketch. I should copy the image down. I bet there's a sequence to push these in. I need to put the combs on first. How do I get this working again? It's locked. If I can get this working, it should light up the tunnel. If I can get this working, it should light up the tunnel. Whoa! That wasn't just my imagination. Can't reach. It's too far away. Need something to reach that. Beauregard. The motor won't work unless I find a way to move that ball bearing down into the shaft. Violent outburst? Looks like it's missing a piece. There's something down there. This must be the plaque Charlotte mentioned in her notes. Cool, a hidden safe. I have to find a way to balance these scales. What's happening? I better get some rest. I better get some sleep. Fire so red, night so black. Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back. All right, let's see if all those oranges did the trick. Found something. That's almost off the charts. This must be the place. Got it. That's it. Here you go. Ethel's grave. It must be tied into that picture in the corner somehow. I need to cover the yellow ones first. Yes, I got it. What is that? Are those graves? Got all the letters. Now I just need to figure out what they mean. I could use this to build a makeshift wheelbarrow. This must be the mechanism Charlotte mentioned. This looks like the one in the ruins. I bet the numbers from the coffin will work. I need to figure out the right combination. This looks like it matches one of the notes I found. It's some kind of coded message. If I can stack enough things together, maybe I could climb up to that wallpaper. There's something back there. These must be important. I should stop and listen. What was Colton talking about? Colton doesn't sound like he's too worried about Jessalyn. I bet I can trace a path from the top left corner to the top right corner. Got it. You're coming with me. Come on. I agreed to help. I better not leave yet. I've seen a portrait like that before. I should look for those portraits. The letters must be what that note was referring to. That's it. Now I should be able to figure out what the code means. The numbers along the edges should help me arrange the tiles correctly. It looks like the painting is missing. What's that smudge? It almost looks like something was painted over. This looks like one of the pictures from Jessalyn's camera. There must be something hidden here. Who's there? This looks like a painting. I should find somewhere to place it. That sounds like it's coming from upstairs. Singing? I think it's coming from upstairs. I'd better check out what's going on upstairs. This must be Ethel's grave. I'd better figure out what order to press these in before I move anything. Those colors along the bottom must be why Beauregard's tombstone is important. The key fits, but I think it's broken. I can't leave until the boat returns. I can't leave now. There's no way off the island right now. It's stuck. Fixed it. That didn't sound good. Fire? Oh, I'd better get out of here. I need to find a way to light the tunnel first. What happened? Looks like something is missing. Something is missing. I should find out what design I need to make first. There must be something that will show me what shape opens the coffin. Can't get out that way. Won't budge. Maybe I can use the clocks again. The time's been reset. Okay, I did this once. I can do it again. Just in time. I need to find a way out. Sounds like someone's out there. I should take a look. I'd better wait until the coast is clear. Better wait for Clara to leave first. The missing piece. Now this key should work. Interesting. I should figure out what that means. What's he up to? Time to figure out what's up with these clocks. I'm going to need to find something that will explain this. Don't think I'm going to be able to fix that. I don't have all the parts I need. I shouldn't make a call with Jesselyn's phone. I should use my phone to make a call. I'll lock it. I should hold on to this. There's something strange going on with these clocks. I need to find out what. Excuse me?
What was that?
I need to find something to remove these nails. What's going on? Where are you taking me? This looks like the picture from the camera. I should arrange these to match the date from Ethel's tombstone. Something's not quite right. If I can match the colors on the sides of each piece, I should be able to get this back in order. She sounds pretty upset. I can't pour this directly on the painting. Can't do that yet. That's it. Whoa, that was close. I don't think she's going to be too much help right now. I need to focus on getting out of here. It looks like it's up to me to get us out of here. I need to add some tea first. I think that's enough of that. My hands say add more, but my heart says no. Hey, it's just tea, okay? Not gumbo. Don't think I need more of that. It's perfect as is. Looks like I need to figure out the password. All right, now to find all the others. If this is what Clara was trying to keep hidden, I think she's the one who started the fire that night.
Well, then you didn't pay her enough. Don't make me the bad guy here. We agreed on this. You said she was no good for him. You said that, not me. Then take care of it. He's not my son yet. And if you don't take care of this, he never will be. And you know what that means.
Hello. Speak. Quick, I haven't got all day. Can't stay away. Don't want to go in the house. Don't blame you. Need something? Get away. Gone with you. Go now. Remove the blindfold. You said I could trust you. You said. You. Oh, look. It's little old you. Where's the cavalry? Harper, can I trust you? Can you be trusted? Then I trust you. That's a no now, isn't it? You'll be wanting to know why I am hiding under the house. It's because I don't want anyone up there to find me. It is undeniably frigid here, cold as the crypts themselves. I'll build a fire, and the fire will build some smoke, and the smoke will build some rain. Not ignoring, no. Elongating the moments in between the asking and the hearing, pausing for effect. A moment, hon. Ahem. It's because I'm a grandly unbalanced sociopath with delusions of grandeur and a history of erratic behavior and violent tendencies. My family resents me. They have publicly said that I'm a freak. People in the town point and stare. The neighborhood children used to call me Witch Lady until my dedication to the ironic led me to bake cookies for the sweet darlings. But it was my love of the dramatic reversal that won out in the end, and I threw the little runts down a well. Oh, I'd never do such a thing. But it would be funny. Not funny, haha, but funny. Help, I'm in a well. So that's me. Tell me about you. I bet you're fascinating. Oh, wait, shut it. I forgot the most important thing. Do not tell anyone I am down here. If you do, I'll just do something rotten. Jesselyn, poor little Jessie Lamb has vanished, they say. Can't have that. Not here. No, not on the island. No, I won't let the workers have her. They won't rest, and they want Jesselyn just like they took No, don't you worry. You can't have her. You have taken enough. Yes, you want my help? I'm not a helper. Oh, if you keep my secret, then I'll help. Her name is Charlotte, and I've seen her. She's spoken to me. Not my fault she's a stickler for convention. She also says, get out. Oh, right, almost forgot. She says that she hates you and she wants you to leave. Boo, I had to come out here because of you. You don't know who these people are. You think you know who to trust, but you don't. You do. Then don't tell anyone where I am. But just so you know, you shouldn't trust me either. I don't have your best interests at heart. Your funeral. You can tell them where I am, but I will always be one step ahead of you. Always. She's cold. She's a cold person, nothing like Jessalyn. Ask her about Jessalyn. See how she reacts. Not like the caring mom she's pretending to be. Not if you really look. I don't want to talk about it. Should I even have to? Look at me down here, and she's up there. I try not to hate her, but I can't help it. She could have been good to me. She could have been there when I needed someone, but she wasn't. The Wade man of Alcatraz. Don't trust him about a single thing in this living world. The world of the dead, he understands that. No, she was my big sister. I know. No more. When Shaw died, that was the end of my family. I was left completely alone. All I have to call home are those memories. If I share them, they won't be mine anymore. Says the girl who's never seen a drop of rain fall on her perfect life. Oh, then you must be an expert on everything. You just didn't know what you were asking. You've seen her? What they've made her into? You think I want her closer? And people think I'm crazy. You're crazy. I don't know. Go ask her yourself. Troubled? No, I was an angel. And I must have been quite the genius charmer, too, because one day they shipped me off, straight to the most elite private boarding school on the East Coast. At least that's what I believed was happening, until we were creeping up the long and whirly black driveway, and I caught my first glimpse of the bars on the windows. I became the first Thornton to be admitted to the Millicent P. Krauthammer Sanitarium for criminally insane girls and women of good social standing. I'm one of the few girls to actually graduate from that program. I got a little diploma that says Harper's no longer a danger to herself or others and everything. And just yesterday, the Alumni Association sent me one of them dried macaroni pictures inviting me to speak at a function. But as you can see, I am otherwise engaged. Why don't you ask your beloved Clara? I could, but as a lover of the written word, I prefer show, not tell. So why don't you go ask her about her daddy? Did she cry? And if she did, was it one stoic little tear like she was going for one of them movie awards? Or was it a big, snuffly, ugly cry? Oh, she's an ugly crier. I hate to bring that to the table, but it is the truth. Oh, she's a big girl now. The truth shouldn't upset her. Don't look at me like that. I'm bored down here, and she's done worse to me. Maybe I'm the only one who can help find Jessalyn. Did you ever think of that? Tell them. They won't believe you. The hits keep coming. You're a doll, a real peach. Ew! Oh, you're not kidding, are you? Am I dressing up as my dead sister for kicks after the only family member everyone can agree on has gone missing? Is that what you're asking? No, I am not, so shut it! I'm used to people thinking the worst of me. It's nothing new. A million things. I travel, meet lots of interesting people, have scandalous affairs, fight wars, find and lose love, thanks to a beaten-up library card and a world that wants little to do with me. When I got sent away, I had no one. For years, no one. I learned to live in books. Real people disappoint you, or they die, or go missing, or they just change. With a book, people always learn to see the hero for who she is in the end. Not such a bad thing to wish for, huh? Did it upset her? Oh, I wish I could have seen it. Reenact it for me now. You be Clara. Show me what happened. Spoil sport. What was even the point then? No. Maybe. Because I want her to be sad every single day of her miserable little life. And I had a hunch it would be funny. Was I right? Yeah, I was. You just don't want to say it. Wouldn't you like to know? And wouldn't I like to know? What answer do you want me to say? Are you looking for a yes or a no? Or the in-between one? Oh, now that I can't help you with. I don't function well in reality. No. Sounds like upstairs people problems to me. I'm downstairs people. Keep your voice down. Do you want me to be found? You do? Well then, gotta fly. Then shh. Use your inside of a crypt voice. You don't tell me enough. It doesn't work that way. When it's time to find out, you'll find out, I promise you. Promise. If I didn't love her so much, I would hate her beyond the great beyond. Golden child, Charlotte. She was perfect in everyone's eyes, even mine. I wanted to be her when I grew up. But then one day I was older than my older sister, and older still today. Yes. Yeah, we was a regular Tom and Huck to start. But then the rapids and the rocks crushed our little raft to splinters, and now we stare each other down from opposite sides of that rushing river. I think I'd like you to leave me alone now, please. Revisionist! I suppose next she'll say Wade spent a year earning merit badges at Camp Mandatory. She almost died. I had to give her a paper bag for the breathing to calm her down. Oh, grow up. You didn't die. What a coincidence. Me too. Secrets don't make friends. That, as they say, is debatable, my dear lamb. I'm sorry, Jessalyn. I'll go. No! Leave the blindfold on. Tell me, who are you? Oh, she needs help. You can be sure. But from you? Northern girl? No! Give me a reason to let you live. Mind you, a good one. Or I will grind you into powder and bake you into bread. One reason to spare you. Give it to me now. The spirits are growing impatient with my mercy. Foolish, but come. It's too late for that now. Very good. You have no idea where you are. Yes, leave. Go, leave. Goodbye. What are you doing? Get out of there. Leave that alone. Go now. Here, take this.
Yes? Hi. Hey. Not now. I know you mean well, just don't. I don't know who you are. Really? Wade? Oh, man. Our family's just a hot mess. What is wrong with us? Nancy, you can't tell anyone you've seen me. No one. No, I can't say what happened, and you can't either. Good for you, but I came down here not to be found. I'm not a bad person. I'm really not, you know? You could have helped. Fire so red. This is your fault. Night so black. Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back. Fine. You haven't left me much of a choice. I didn't come here intending anything more than a good scare. Harper found out I was coming and snuck up on me. You shouldn't be proud of that! I'd been told my whole life that Harper was crazy. Ignore her for a second. Come here. Look, she's not as nuts as she seems. Stop it! She needs to know. Leave if you don't want to listen, but it needs to be said. The night of the fire, Harper was there. My whole life, my mother's kept me away from Harper. Said it was for my own good. I came here looking for Charlotte's ghost, but instead Harper found me. She told me that my mother was responsible for Charlotte's death, and I stayed to listen. I didn't laugh. I didn't run away. I stayed and listened to every word, because she's so cold. And I believe that it might be true. I don't know if I'm going crazy or if I'm already there, but I have to know. Please. I need your help. We've been doing this Harper's way, but we're running out of time. I need you to get the necklace from my mother's briefcase. I'll get Harper to distract her. Charlotte told Harper to open the locket if anything ever happened to her, but if we don't open it the right way, it'll destroy what's inside. Here, this'll help you open the briefcase. My mother knows about the locket. That's why she never lets the necklace out of her sight. You need to find a way to get it. I don't have time for that right now. Please go find the necklace and bring it to me. I can't open it. I'm going to need your help. I can't. I'm going to go see her myself. Good. Wait, shoot. It's missing a front piece. I need you to find it as fast as you can. It triggers the opening mechanism. This necklace was used by spies in the Civil War. If you open it without the missing piece, it shreds the message inside. I'm not all that surprised, to be perfectly honest. No, the whole thing was mainly my mother's idea. Imagine carrying a secret that big for so long and not having anyone listen. I wished I could explain. I've been asking myself the same thing. My mother had us convinced that Harper was dangerous. When Harper didn't try to hurt me, like my mother warned me again and again she would, something clicked. My mother has a pattern of pulling the rug out from under anyone who could hurt her. She told me Wade was a creep and a criminal, but I found out otherwise. And here he is calling in someone I know broke his heart to help me. She saw them as a threat and made sure no one would ever listen to them again. And Charlotte, she got the company. She was the first to threaten my mother's position in the family, and she paid the biggest price. But she was smart enough to realize the danger she was in. I think my mother's been putting this whole family under her thumb, me included, to keep us from finding whatever it was Charlotte was about to do. Colton and I were never in love. We were in a mess. He loved Lexi, and I hope he goes back to her. Yes. Nancy, you made it! Where's my mother?
Addie! Addie, come here, quick! I see something! Shh! Stay still. Listen. I'm just practicing. Shh! No, Addie, I'm serious. Listen. Footsteps. Maybe it was the wind. That is not the title of this program. With this ring, I the dead. I'm Jessalyn Tara Thornton, and this is Ghost Talker Tours. Children around here grew up in fear of the dreaded Charlotte Thornton, also known as my cousin. Got it! Look there. There it goes. Well, on the bright side, we can check spiders off the list. Probably just gave it the scare of its life. It's not going to bother us. Let's just grab it in the AM, unless you want to go one-on-one with our little friend down there. I said leave me alone. Now! Are you sure you want to know? We're looking for the ruins where Charlotte died. Maybe not for you, but 2 movies in, I was thinking fondly about my own mortality. Wait, what's that say? I think I know what that's about. I know you're freaking out. I promise this will be quick. Just 2 seconds. There's some sort of message in the window. I'm getting married. Duh. That's a little ambitious for a first anniversary. Anyway, lava's traditionally the 10th. That silly thing, yes. Give it your best shot. That's exactly it. Nice work.
Bye. Goodbye. Please hurry.
Jessalyn?
Help! Help, please! Ah! Who are you? Save me! You don't understand! No, you can't tell anyone. Promise me you won't tell anyone. Or you don't want to know. Last chance. I'm sorry. I'm not a bad person. Fire so red, night so black. Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back. How could you? How could you? You can't run away anymore, understand? You can't run away anymore, understand?
The calling operation has been terminated. Word is moving uphill fast. The unit is dissolving and exiting Glasgow. I secured the formula. Need immediate backup. Heading south of the city. I think I'm being followed. Agent C...
Oh, thanks, you two. So, she got the internship with that Technology of Tomorrow place? All right, bonus, Ned. What are you two up to? I did. Why's that? I can definitely see why. Even I have to admit it does have a certain abyss gaze is also into you vibe to it. Really? Oh, that's great. I just saw a ghost. I want to catch you up on the case. I don't know. I've heard of runaway brides, but I don't think that's the case. I'm not saying the ghosts are real here. Well, they are, but since she's an adult, there's only so much they can do. Actually, I believe in this ghost. Whoa, stand down, Bess. The Nickersons are a tidy people. And miss the dinner that probably won't happen this year? No way. Someone keeps sending me notes. Let's hope not. I think they're related to finding Jessalyn. This time you might be right, but I still... No, listen, don't tell anyone else this. Can you channel Sirius Bess for a moment? Thanks. Since I've gotten here, things have been getting stranger and stranger. I can't shake this feeling. It's like an odd weight. I'm just saying... I don't know what I'm saying. I know. I just need to clear my head. There is always a scientific explanation. Still gotta work on that whisper, Bess. I will, just as soon as I can. Thanks. So, you're a textiles expert, huh? Good to know. Have you ever heard of someone using seeded cotton to pass a message? Or the seeds could weigh a certain amount. Pretty clever. I need to charge a phone that has no charger. So, I found a tombstone with my name on it. I saw an article that says Harper really lost it after Charlotte died. No, I mean ended up getting arrested. I wouldn't get a straight answer, and I don't want her getting any more defensive. It looks like Clara never knew who her father was. I don't think that's the important part. She never really got to know her place in the family. I don't know exactly how, but that's a piece of this. It's a case of follow the money. Someone wants what Clara has, or Clara's worried she's going to lose it. I think I could really use a break. When I get home, we're doing something fun. Be careful. People here believe in the ghost. I think if I don't take the ghost story at least a little seriously, I might miss something. Well, I hope so. I met Wade. He's got a bit of a rough edge. He seemed surprised that I came instead of Savannah. He wanted Savannah here, specifically. I don't know, but I intend to find out. They have history. Thorton Hall's on fire. Do either of you know how to use a cotton gin? Maybe. All right, I'll get off the phone. There's something strange about Jessalyn's disappearance. There's no ransom note. You're right. I guess the best move is to keep the family talking. Maybe they'll let something slip. How so? Sounds me-ish. Yeah, I did. It doesn't make sense. I need help uncovering something in an old painting. How do you know about painting restoration? I think I'm supposed to go meet a ghost. A blindfold? I'm just not sure if I should go through with it. I'm worried it might be a trap. Yes, I know. I'll be careful. Aw, Ned, that's very sweet. And strange. Well, her name's Harper. I met Harper. She might be completely crazy. Either that or she wants me to think that's the case. She's a Thornton, all right, but that's pretty much all I know. She seems to be hiding from everyone. She asked me not to tell anyone else she was there. Yeah, not so much. Not that it mattered. She was able to get away before Wade and Clara saw her. They seemed a little unnerved about her being on the island. For the moment. All right, I think you may have a point. Harper keeps avoiding Clara and Wade. I met Jessalyn's fiancé, Colton. That's not a valid spectrum. No, 1/10 of a Ned. 10 Neds. I don't want to do that. Let's refocus. Just teasing. He looks like a person. That's not the important part. Couldn't tell you yet. He doesn't seem as worried as I'd expect, but maybe he's the type to internalize his feelings. I met Jessalyn's mom. She's reserved. Can't fault her for that, but it does make her hard to read. I owe it to Jessalyn to distrust everyone, even her. I'll do my best. Promise. I heard Colton talking to a girl named Lexi. I don't know the details, but they were romantically involved. No clue. I found out the story about Lexi. It's messy, but the upshot is Colton and Jessalyn may have been pressured into getting married. Yep. And it looks like someone paid Lexi to get out of the picture. Colton says the Thorntons want his family's political connections, and his family needs the Thorntons' money. It sounds old-fashioned, but these are some old-fashioned families. You know, I don't think so. It sounds like she was sort of resigned to the idea. She and Colton were lifelong friends. The impression I get of Jessalyn is that she wouldn't just run away, not for something silly like a wedding. I found Jessalyn. Hello? That's good news. Harper snuck up on her the night she disappeared. No, wait, it's not what you think. At least, maybe not. Harper has always been convinced that Charlotte's death wasn't accidental, that Clara was behind it. She's been trying to get to Jessalyn for years, but Clara had convinced Jessalyn Harper was crazy, which probably wasn't hard. When Jessalyn finally heard what Harper had to say, I think part of her knew it might be true. I don't know. Jessalyn doesn't seem like she'd be willing to let so many people worry about her unless there was some truth to it. Charlotte's death was ruled accidental. Harper needed Jessalyn's help to gather evidence from Clara or no one would believe her. I still need to find a way to help Jessalyn. Mostly, Jessalyn and Harper were dressing up as Charlotte. It made it easy for them to move through the house without Clara knowing exactly who was there or that Jessalyn wasn't really missing. And I think Harper wanted to use Charlotte's ghost to scare Clara into confessing, but that didn't work. Hamlet? Pretty much everyone dies. It's art? Happily. Are you sure it was Charlotte and not someone dressed up like her? What? No, don't be. I'm Nancy. Savannah Woodham called me in. She seems to think there's a supernatural explanation to Jessalyn's disappearance. Were you and Jessalyn getting married soon? Any chance this is just pre-wedding jitters? Is it safe to assume you had second thoughts about the wedding? True, but you implied it. You said, trust me, everyone does. Is this Jessalyn's? What do you think happened to Jessalyn? What do you mean? How did you and Jessalyn meet? Like, metaphorically? I imagine things improved from there. So you and Jessalyn must have dated for quite some time. Really? What do you think of Clara? And then? You're holding something back. She does seem a little tough to get to know. Do you know anything about Clara's past? Why's that? She never told you anything? Do you know where the spookiest place in the house is? Did you ever meet Charlotte? Can you tell me anything about her? Or Dad? Do you know much about Harper? Did Jessalyn ever say anything about her? You don't think Jessalyn's coming back, do you? Nothing. Just observing. Where do you go when you're not out here? So, every once in a while you pop out of existence? Who were you talking to earlier? No. Yeah, I might have done that. Does Clara fight with your parents often? I may have overheard a spirited disagreement. She said, I'll pay her if it will shut her up. Who could she be talking about? Who else? Who is Lexi? The girl you were on the phone with? I think she is someone important to you. What do your parents do? Why? You were talking with Lexi again. Why? Your fiancé is missing, and the way you're talking to this Lexi, you're engaged. Jessalyn? Are you sure? I still don't understand what's going on. Why are you here? Why is Lexi so important? And it wasn't the same with Jessalyn? So things would really work out for you if Jessalyn just disappeared. Sorry, I just really want to figure out where she is. Yes, I do. Why are you still here if you don't really care about Jessalyn? Aren't you worried that your parents won't approve of Lexi? Clara mentioned you had some paranoia issues in the past. Is that true? Forget what? You were just a kid. Yes, you must be Clara, Jessalyn's mother. I want you to know that I'm here to help you with anything you need. I know you may not want me here since you didn't actually call me yourself. Is there anything else I should know that might help me find Jessalyn? Wade didn't seem all that dangerous to me. As a matter of fact, is there any chance Jessalyn's disappearance could be cold feet? Were things good between Colton and Jessalyn? You mentioned that Colton had some issues. What did you mean? What do you think happened to Jessalyn? Why do you say that? I saw something really strange. What do you think that was? I've heard about the ghost, but can you tell me anything about the real Charlotte? It does sound a little eerie. Did your mother say much else about the ghosts here? Sad. Most people are afraid of ghosts. The others? I think I've heard enough. Why? Is it true Harper was committed? From Harper? Just around. Blamed you. Can you tell me a little about Harper? It seems like you two really didn't get along. What kind of locket? Then she was committed? Wade said you're the reason he went to jail. Is that true? He said you were the one who pressed charges. Is that true? What did you think would happen? Why is everyone here? Shouldn't we be out searching for Jessalyn? There's a strange woman in the basement. Harper really was down there. I'm not making things up. Nothing. I just want to find Jessalyn, like you. I'm telling the truth. Not to be rude, but you don't look so great right now. Are you okay? You look a little pale. I saw Charlotte. Yeah, you could say that. Still, there must be some sort of explanation. Just what? I couldn't help but overhear what you were talking about. Okay, sorry. That was about Colton, right? Colton thinks he was forced into the relationship with Jessalyn. Did that ever worry you, considering he was dating your daughter? I found a reel of film you might want to see. Do you have anything to play it with? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you with the movie. Who else was in that old portrait with you? Who did Jessalyn come here with? Everyone else seems to be avoiding the house. Why are you in here? Not after the day I've had. What's the story with the locked room upstairs? It might help me figure out what's going on if I could take a look around. Can you tell me anything about your father that might be relevant? You know, no stone unturned, pursue all angles. I promise I didn't know. I'll leave you alone now. Why didn't your mother ever tell you?
What?
Maybe you could help me out. You're looking for something in here, aren't you? Just who are you? Of course. Well, that depends. Can you be trusted? Why not? Are you ignoring my question? Okay. Could you tell me now? That would be at the top of my list of questions, yes. You what? Why are you here? Why not here? Are you trying to find Jessalyn? Workers? Took who? Do you really believe in the ghost? What exactly did her ghost say? Ugh. I still don't understand why you're hiding. I trust you. I trust them far more than you. What do you know about Clara? Were you and Clara close as children? You don't have to go into it. I'd really like to know. It might be important. What do you think of Wade? Tell me about Charlotte. Do you really think she's... How do you know? That's not true at all. I'm sorry I asked. I lost my mom when I was a girl, but sharing my memories of her always made her seem closer, not further away. You were working with Jessalyn this whole time. Clara said you had a troubled childhood. Is that true? Why did your family send you away? Can you tell me a little more about Clara? I really upset Clara, thanks to you. You made me upset a woman whose daughter is missing. Why are you still hiding? What's to stop me from telling everyone where you are? All right, I won't tell. I doubt that. You're dressing up as Charlotte or doing something to fake these hauntings, aren't you? Yes, that's the question. The implication was more or less added by you. I think I understand why you were hiding now. Are you the one writing the notes I keep finding? Do you know why seeing an old film of Charlotte's birthday would upset Clara that much? Quite a bit. I really don't want to do that. Did you leave that out for me to find? Why? No. Where do you live when you're not here? Have you been talking to Wade? Just the truth. This house is pretty run down. Are you sure it's safe to use that furnace? Maybe you should not use it? You could be filling the house with fumes. Where have you been? No. At this point, yes. Enough. You have to tell me what you're doing. Can you tell me more about Charlotte? Why? Clara came to live with you after her mom died. Is that right? Did you get along? Did you really push Clara off a widow's walk? Clara says that you really went to a boarding school, not a sanitarium. You're safe. Nancy, Wade hired me to help find you. Yeah, he seemed really worried. So you did run away. I can't agree to that. I came here to find you. Let me help you. Tell me what's happening or I'll tell everyone I've found you. What are you doing? You were hiding out in the tunnels because you and Harper are working together? Why? What can I do to help? Why? What's so special about it? Do you know that Colton is here? I found the locket. Here. What's it say? I found the necklace. Sorry to bring it up, but were you aware that Colton's seeing someone else? You're not? Do you think seeing the fire is what made Harper Harper? You and Harper were trying to convince Clara Charlotte was haunting her, weren't you? I found some film in the projector. I think you were using it to project Charlotte's image. What made you trust Harper? Do you know about Lexi? Can you help me distract Clara again?
Give me a sec. Went too long without breathing. Hooray! She's alive! You gotta mention that up front. What happened?
I'm just trying to fit the pieces together. What does Charlotte have to do with Jessalyn? Savannah? Yes. Not yet. I spoke to Wade. I'm sure you have your reasons. Wade said he was expecting you. Why didn't you tell me that? But then, what scared you away from taking the case? Why? You've done a lot of research on the Thornton family, right? What have you found? Do you know anything about the factory accident? And nothing? Charlotte, what have you been up to since we spoke last? Are you working on the next book? Tell me what happened when you met Charlotte. What do you mean? Yeah, I can agree to that. You didn't say the rhyme? Could you see what happened that night? You said you opened the door to the spirit world. What did you mean? Maybe I don't. I'm curious, and no disrespect, but why? What happened? You dated Wade, is that right? Is that the reason you didn't come? I think I'd like to know the other reasons. What happened between you and Wade? I think I might need to know. I know what happened between you and Wade. He did, and he told me why. I don't know if I should believe him or not. If you believe him, then I think Wade still hasn't given up on you. He may have asked for your phone number. No, some digits may have been exchanged. I could maybe get his for you. You might want it later. My friend Beth says that if you have a boy's number still, that means part of you wants to call it. Has he been calling? You know, you might want to make some room in your voicemail box. I won't say a word. Do you know where the most haunted place on the island is? Where are the ruins? Someone wants me to call a ghost. I don't know if I should. How sure are you? Less reassuring than I was hoping for. Eaton? Savannah, you are not helping. What happened to your old assistant, Logan? Doesn't it usually work the other way? Why? I showed Clara a film that really upset her. Yeah, out in the ruins. What do you mean? It was an old birthday party. Harper left it out for me. You know I don't believe in ghosts, but something isn't right here. I'm seeing and hearing things. I can't explain it, and I feel, we all feel, exactly. I found Jessalyn. Not quite. She went into hiding to find evidence that would prove that Clara... How did you know? Jessalyn said something you might want to hear. She said Clara has a habit of discrediting anyone who could find out her secret. She convinced the family Harper was nuts. Yes, if Jessalyn, Harper, and I can do what needs to be done, you won't be alone in that fight. Then it sounds like I'm in good company. Yeah, you could say the same thing about Jessalyn. What kind of mess? I can handle myself just fine. What's Clara's relationship to the rest of the family? Do you know Savannah? And now? What can you tell me about Charlotte? Sounds like you were close. Do you believe in ghosts? Why not? What made you call Savannah? I think you're just trying to scare me away. Nancy. Something dark? Savannah said Charlotte was supposedly a ghost. In my experience, ghosts tend to be not real. Have you ever actually seen this ghost? From what I understand, the Thornton family business is very successful. Jessalyn's here! She's on the island! She's safe! I'm not exactly sure right now. She was working with Harper? Did Clara get along with Charlotte and Harper when she was younger? What exactly happened? After that, what about Clara and Harper? Why aren't you in the house? I met Harper. I did. I can prove it. She's down under the house. I swear, Harper was there. Is it true that you have a questionable past? Why? No, I mean, why did you go to jail? I'd really like to know. Was it something that would make you a danger to someone like Jessalyn? Savannah seemed to think you'd be disappointed she didn't come here. Any reason why? Yeah, she's helping me with the case. Sure, it's 404-555-4478. I don't think she'd want that. Why? What are you gonna do? Told me? How did you meet Savannah? You don't seem like the type. How long ago was this? What kind of stuff? What? What was the book? Why would she have that? Do people really come here trying to meet Charlotte's ghost? So you met Savannah because she was trying to find Charlotte's ghost? What happened to Charlotte and Harper's parents? Seems like there's a lot of misfortune in the family. I saw something I can't explain in the house. I don't believe in ghosts, but you said you were researching the family. Why? And now? I think you are. Maybe you're not. I don't know. What did you mean about the family being split in two? What's that have to do with anything? And you think one part of the family had more to do with this than the other? I found a set of graves without names on the markers. What happened? When did the factory accident happen? Were you close to Jessalyn? Does anyone actually live here? Who else is here? Anyone else? Any other alive or verifiably real people? Is this Charlotte's? Do you know what this is? Can you tell me what it's for? Do you think that what happened to Charlotte was an accident? Who runs the family company? Do you think that's fair? Would you like to run the company? What do you think of Colton? Clara told me that she never intended for you to go to jail. Why not? You don't seem like a bad guy. Can you tell me why you ended up in jail? I do. Okay. You must be pretty mad at Clara. What ended things with you and Savannah? Have you always been a ghost hunting enthusiast? Why? That's pretty philosophical for a guy wearing boots. I saw the ghost. I'm not scared of ghosts. That's nice to know, but she terrified me. Do you have a key to the crypts? Can't use my phone now. Not the best time to use my phone. Can't use that right now. Nancy, I'm here to help Jessalyn. What? I'm here to find Jessalyn. That's reason enough. That's it. I'm leaving. You can't scare me. Help me find Jessalyn or get out of the way. Spirits? You're nuts, lady. Goodbye. I'd better get going. See you later. I am. Well, thanks for being concerned. I should be okay. I need you to calm down and come with me. I'm getting you out of here. You're on your own. I'm out of here. You deserve the chance to pay for your mistakes. Now, come on. Feels like it. I must have slept through the day. But I still feel exhausted. I know. Wait, hang on. No, I see something. Call you back later. There were fewer people there today, too. I don't know if anyone here is ready to give up on her yet. Wait, shh. I think I heard something. Call you back later. No, and the numbers are starting to fall off. It's hard not to. I know. I've been feeling a little groggy since I've been here. Thanks. Wait, I see something else. I'd better go. Thanks, I'd better go. I'll talk to you two later. Can I listen to more recordings? I swear Harper was there. No, but you must be Wade. Logan? I don't know. All I know is that she thought I'd be the right person for the case. She's not coming. She said she was sorry to send me, but nothing could get her to come here. Well, she seemed pretty scared of the ghosts. What time is it? What's wrong? Savannah? Is that you? What's wrong? Can it wait until later? Shouldn't the police be taking care of this? What do you mean? Ghost hunters, you mean? So people think it's haunted? After everything you did for me in Japan? I'll do it. Then you called the right detective. Don't worry, I'm on the case. Yeah, about that. This tragic comic moment has been brought to you by Gallows Brand Humor. Gallows Brand. Hang in there, baby.
Night so black, bug light so amazing. Hang on, guys. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be great. Oh no!
Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back. That's a sad inscription. Can you tell me about some of these stones? What can you tell me about her? Why not? What happened when her mom died? Why did she think that? Harper? Yep, that would be me. Nope. Who did this? Can you tell me anything about her? Why is that? Would you like some tea? Addison, my name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling to see if you can help me with something. I understand why you don't want to think about that night, but I need your help. Jessalyn needs your help. What if you're wrong? Yes, but I also think she's in danger. The sooner we can find out what happened to her, the better her chances of survival. Can you walk me through what happened the night Jessalyn went missing? How was Jessalyn acting that night? Then something happened? What happened? You said things got strange. What did you mean? Fuzzy? You said you heard a voice. Did she say anything? Could you make out any words? Is there anything you remember that might help me find Jessalyn? Really? Why? Would you consider yourself a believer in the paranormal? And now, what do you think of Colton? Do you know anything about Harper? Why? I need to ask you a few more questions. Have you gotten any communications of any kind that might be related to Jessalyn? Yes, please. How's Jessalyn's relationship with Clara? How so? Do you think Clara could have anything to do with Jessalyn going missing? Did you know Colton was seeing someone else? He implied that his relationship with Jessalyn was set up by Clara and his parents. Did you notice any secret passages or tunnels while you were at the house? Do you know anything about Lexi? Would it strike you as weird if he were talking to her now? What were you doing at Thorton Hall that night? In what way? I found a camera. Was that yours? I found some strange ruins. Did you make it out there? What? Yeah. Can you help me figure out Jessalyn's password? Can you think of a reason she would hide her password there? Can you give me any information about where the scavenger hunt list is? It must be on the property somewhere. I'll keep looking. The bedroom key is crossed out in the scavenger hunt. Do you know where it is? How did you get into the crypt? Yes. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet. Haven't done that. Check. Did that. That's done. Stub. Fire so red, night so black. Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back. Fire is hot, night is dark. Look for Charlotte in the park. Roses are red, ghosts aren't real. Come on already, Thorntons. What's your deal? Knock, knock. Who's there? A ghost undeady? Come on, let's get this show on the road already. The fire is warm, the night is cold. I can't see through this blindfold. Fire so red. Line? Night so black. Fire so orange. Dear sweet Charlotte, please, door hinge, more fringe, some more binge, mortgage? Oh, no. Here goes, come here, ghosty, ghosty, ghosty. Fire so red, night so black. Dear sweet nonsense, is this embarrassing? Dear diary, today I did this. Yep, not kidding. Totally wore a blindfold to get a ghost to do its bidding. Ghost assistance required in the creepy old tools department.
If someone is sending you notes, that might be great news. Could mean someone wants you to find Jessalyn.
Have to follow the clues.
We know. So what are we talking? Puppet? Mirror tricks? That doesn't sound like the Nancy I know. Yes, the first step is to travel back in time. Then the rest should be pretty easy. The reason it was such a big deal is it made it really simple to de-seed cotton. Anyone could do it. You just feed the cotton in, and the brushes and the gears do the rest. I did a report on Eli Whitney in 6th grade. I only got a B. But as of today, I'm mentally upgrading it to a B+. As a matter of fact, I have. Did you run across that? I heard theories it was done during the Civil War, but no confirmations. Supposedly it was used by a small number of spies. They'd clean cotton of all seeds and then mix a certain number of seeds back in and send it into enemy ranks. They'd clean some cotton of all seeds, then mix a certain number of seeds back in and send it into enemy ranks. An agent on the other side would gin the cotton and count the seeds. Usually it would relate to troop movements. Each seed would represent some number of men. Good spies tend to pass messages in mundane ways. The crazy stuff is for books and movies. Nancy, you're breaking up. Is that you? Nancy, you're breaking up. Is that you? Oh, I got this. I once made a potato battery by hooking up some wires. Actually, that's all I've got. If you find some potatoes or oranges and some alligator clips, that might get you part of the way there.
Jessalyn?
Take care. Bye. Call back soon. What happened last time? Earlier. What happened last time? No offense, but you sound really tired. Maybe you should pace yourself a bit. You're not going to be able to keep this up forever. Still no luck with the search party? Don't worry. You have to get more sleep. We're here for you. We're here for you. Clara might know. Jessalyn? Harper might know. Wade might know. Look in the crypt. Look by the shore. Look by the ruins. Look in Charlotte's old room. The answer is probably in Charlotte's old room. Bess's phone. Hi, Nancy. Hi. Not going to happen. I've been doing a little research, and I can see why Savannah sent you. If I believed in ghosts, I wouldn't come within a few hundred miles of Black Rock Island. I've got your back. I've been reading up on missing persons cases and hauntings. Nickerson family trait. We like being liked. So it's a missing persons case, right? No. Please don't. If someone is sending you notes, that might be great news. Could mean someone wants you to find Jessalyn.
Have to follow the clues.
We know. So what are we talking? Puppet? Mirror tricks? That doesn't sound like the Nancy I know. Yes, the first step is to travel back in time. Then the rest should be pretty easy. The reason it was such a big deal is it made it really simple to de-seed cotton. Anyone could do it. You just feed the cotton in, and the brushes and the gears do the rest. I did a report on Eli Whitney in 6th grade. I only got a B. But as of today, I'm mentally upgrading it to a B+. As a matter of fact, I have. Did you run across that? I heard theories it was done during the Civil War, but no confirmations. Supposedly it was used by a small number of spies. They'd clean cotton of all seeds and then mix a certain number of seeds back in and send it into enemy ranks. They'd clean some cotton of all seeds, then mix a certain number of seeds back in and send it into enemy ranks. An agent on the other side would gin the cotton and count the seeds. Usually it would relate to troop movements. Each seed would represent some number of men. Good spies tend to pass messages in mundane ways. The crazy stuff is for books and movies. Nancy, you're breaking up. Is that you? Nancy, you're breaking up. Is that you? Oh, I got this. I once made a potato battery by hooking up some wires. Actually, that's all I've got. If you find some potatoes or oranges and some alligator clips, that might get you part of the way there. Smart. What do you mean? Why?
Get digging. Oh, and tell her I say hi, and that I also say spill it. But be nice, but firm.
Are you calling me from inside of a burning house again? What's that? That does complicate things. But I've read that most missing person cases involve the immediate family. Look for some turpentine and some type of fabric to apply it with. Well, I studied that in elementary school. Nancy, I was just going to say it'd be a very memorable double date. I was aiming for one, but I'll collect the whole set. And you listened? Don't be that way? Should I say it like you would? Nancy, your newfound buddyship with that batty basement dweller is freaking me out. My ego is perfectly fine. Nickerson men laugh in the face of insecurity. That's very nice of you, Nancy, but no need to spare my feelings. Oof, I have the sudden urge to buy a convertible. The boyfriend is statistically favored when it comes to crimes like this. Try to get him talking about the relationship. I studied that in preschool. Assuming she's innocent, what's your impression? We just got back from a pretty rowdy opening night screening of the Relation Shipwreck. It was really bad. Who do you think it is? Wait, that could explain what happened. Maybe Jessalyn ran away. If she even considered that it might be true.
Yeah, if someone said that about my mom, I'd roll my eyes. Do you think it might be true?
Why not just go to the police? Little known trivia about Ned Nickerson, I have a very large tongue. Wait, hang on. So does this explain the ghosts?
I still don't understand why they do that. This is like, what was that play we saw in school but I didn't finish because I got sick halfway through? That's it. How's that end? Why show that to a bunch of kids?
Ladybug, ladybug, fly away home. Your house is on fire and your children are gone, all except one, sweet Charlotte Hen, and she hid under the frying pan.
Late. I got a case for you. I'm sorry, it can't. There's been a kidnapping. A girl just a little older than you. There's only so much they can do, and she needs to be found before something bad happens. The call came in for me, but I can't go. Thorton Hall is a dangerous place for people like me. They know. Jessalyn needs someone who ain't afraid to run after her. That ain't me. What I'm asking of you is dangerous. Thank you. Drive to the airport now. I'll arrange a ticket. And Nancy, I didn't call you just because you're a good detective. I called you because you're a skeptic. Thornton Hall is no place for anyone who believes. I'm serious. You think long and hard about that before you get on that plane. If what you find on the island is going to get to you, don't go. Stay home. Hey, hon. Yeah? Hi. Hi, Nancy. Did you get the package I left for you? I think they're silly, but apparently some of the people I've met swear by using EMF signatures on the property. Ask around, it should be there by now. I figured that might happen eventually. Can I explain, or are we beyond that? I do. I was going to come. I meant it when I told him I was coming. But then I got scared. To be blunt, the living Thorntons are just as scary as the dead ones. They've dug so many graves on that rock that Death himself is on the Christmas card list. I can't help but wonder if they're misfortunate fools or just addicted to Sunday clothes and the sound of a spade taking a bite out of cold clay. Like a lot of powerful families around here, they were forged in the Civil War. Like every war, it was a brutal thing that made a lot of men dead and a couple of men rich.
Is that true?
Or women, in this case. The family matriarch, the Gray Lady, they say she was a spy for the North. Could be. She kept records like a spy for sure. Which is to say she didn't. One thing's known. She fed the North troop positions that turned the tide of more than one battle. She was compensated quite well for it. The island itself was a gift. She was either a traitor or a spy. That's why the Northerners got to calling her Gray Lady. If you ask me, she started a nasty Thornton tradition. Success at the cost of innocent blood. Anyone who tries to right things in that family gets ostracized or worse. Nothing I can verify. It's been scratched out of the local history. When I was there, I expected to feel something when I stood near the old factory. As many spirits as I expected, I only met one. That'd be the one. Dear sweet Charlotte, the terror of Black Rock Island. I've been teaching the road to know my wheels. I've been running away from the next book. And an empty house that was filling up with chatty ghosts. But who knows? When I'm out of gas, maybe I'll have no choice but to listen to what they have to say. If they're interested, I'll send you a gallery proof. If they're not, I guess I'll go teach. I'll tell you, hon, but you got to remember that you are not like me. I have opened the door to the spirit world, and you have not. And don't you dare do it, ever. You hear? I mean it. The dead are just like lost children. If you're out there leaving a trail of breadcrumbs, they will find you. Enough of the PSA. I snuck out there to the ruins on the anniversary of her death. I waited in silence for a long time. Nothing. Oh, that! Oh, it's cute, but I wasn't looking for my daddy's brain-dead bloodhound. They come when they come, and in the dead of night, she came. Stood right beside me. Just me and her, eye to eye, for a hot minute. Finally, she reached for my wrist. She pulled me through a fog that became smoke and then fire. She pulled me back to the night she died. I couldn't see a thing. I could only feel the heat. I could feel how sad she was and how angry. I'm sorry, hon. Talking about it don't come easy. You really sure you want to know? You don't believe? Good. Let that be the armor you never remove. Last time, I told you how my daddy got me interested in ghosts, but that's only part of the story. When I was young, there was a spot in my room where I could fold back the wallpaper. There was this gorgeous old wood behind it. I mean, to me it was. I'd trace the ripples in the grain with my finger for sometimes hours. I don't know. I was a girl, and it was the only thing I knew about that no one else did. I don't know exactly when it started, but I began to trace a beautiful old willow into the wall, over and over again. Strong limbs running up to the sky, and the tangled roots grabbing tight at the dirt. I was obsessed. I traced the tree until I knew every detail. I even started to see it after a time, little indentations in the wood. But one day, the lines felt strange and cold, and I realized it wasn't the wall I was feeling. There was a girl on the other side of the wood. She was showing me what to draw. She was trying to tell me something. I should have shut my eyes tight and glued the paper back. But I didn't, and I couldn't. I let her teach me the shape of the tree, again and again, until one day I saw it in real life. Not a thing until a strong storm hit a few months later. I don't have to tell you what they found when they pulled what was left of the willow tree from the ground, now do I? That's when I decided I would learn to listen. I knew even then it had come at a cost. I just had no idea how high. If you're asking, then you already know the answer. One of the reasons. But that's just one. Because I'm less help to the living than I am to the dead. Wade is bad news. Enough said. He tell you about going to jail? Believe him. I left because I was afraid. I stayed away because he would never have given up on me, and he deserves better. What makes you say that? Nancy Drew, did you give a strange man my personal phone number? Well, good. I have it. I had my assistant look it up once. Your friend sounds wise. Remind me to outsource all relationship decisions to her. All right, you little drive-by yenta. That is not a thing you should do. No, not that I've been checking. If I do, in my experience, when you try to call Ghost, it goes straight to voicemail. 95%. Think of it this way. In 100 parallel universes, only 5 Nancys get eaten by a ghost. Metaphorically, for the most part. Oh, I'm just trying to loosen you up. You'll be fine, honey. Smart money says this is just someone toying with you. But if you feel anything out of the ordinary, run and don't look back. He fired me. You'd think so. He got fed up with me. He gave me an ultimatum. Write the draft or he'd find someone else to work for. I do not do ultimatums. Actual film? Where'd you find it? Prick up your ears. Someone's talking to you. What's on that film is at the heart of everything. Charlotte's. Maybe she's the one doing the talking. That don't mean I'm wrong. Explain it. A weight is common with hauntings. Now, some say that haunted places... Oh, shoot. I gotta rush. That's the other line. All families got one thing in common. Every generation, just like the last. There's some rebels and some oddballs that break the mold. but for the most part, one generation gonna follow into the footsteps of the next. From what I gathered, Jesslyn seems to be cut from the same cloth as Charlotte. You ask me, if someone saw Charlotte as a threat, then Jesslyn's been born behind enemy lines. Well, that's a relief. Killed Charlotte. But I didn't, till just now. I met her once. She had the type of smile that never met her eyes. Now I know why. When you phrase it like that, I know I don't. And she did her best to see Wade punished for something that wasn't fair. Is that what you were going to say? Hon, I didn't leave Wade because of Wade. I left because I wasn't strong enough to stand up to all that darkness. Nancy, as my daddy said to me, you, dear, are a pain in the rear. Later, hon. Y'all be careful now. Good night.
Listen carefully. You know who that is, Nancy? Wouldn't want to spoil the secret. You know her by a different name. Kate Drew.
Mom?
You were needed in Glasgow. Naturally. Everything you know about the accident is a lie. The silent spy awaits.
The silent spy.
Hi there. Ugh, you scared me. Hi. You sure do like creeping around. Turns out I am interesting, looks like. What you need? That was fast. Need something? Yeah. So Savannah sent you? You're just a kid. True enough. I hope Savannah understands the mess she dropped you in. Take a look around and then you tell me. Who's more welcome here? The living or the dead? Say what suits you. Won't make the nights around here any shorter. Anyway, Savannah had a package sent. I guess it must be for you. It's up in the house. My cousin, Harper and Charlotte's cousin. She lived with the girls after her mama passed. I did, once, and now I don't. Charlotte was something special, just like our Jesslyn. She had the most beautiful voice. When she sang, it was like sunlight busting through fog. She was the talented one of the bunch. You can still hear her sing, if you stop to listen in the quiet, dark places. I don't need belief. I have proof. EVP. Here's some creepy things from time to time. Check it out whenever you want. If you got the nerve. Jesslyn didn't run away. And she wasn't kidnapped. Girl. Fear ain't some feeling to overcome. Especially not here. That prickly feeling you get in that old house, that means something dark is whispering your name. Trust me, that's as close as you want to get. Huh, not supposedly. Then consider yourself lucky. In my experience, of which I have significantly more, reality isn't that simple. This ghost was my cousin Charlotte, and yes, I saw her. I saw her grow up. I was here the night she died, and I've seen her since, much as I wish that wasn't true. Yep. We got money and all the trouble that buys. Where is she? Harper? What's she doing with Harper? Oh, no. They all got along famously. Until the night of the fire. Charlotte was getting ready for her big 21st birthday ball. And at the last minute went off to what is now the ruins. No one knows what started the fire. Clara grew up pretty fast, but Harper, she got lost in that night and never got found. I'm only on the island because Jesslyn's missing. Nothing's gonna get me in that house. Don't talk nonsense. Now that would ruin Clara's day. I'm gonna go get her. I told you. Life don't play by the rules here. Anyways, if she was, she ain't now. You asking if I really went to jail? Yes. I advise against it. It's not a fun place, and they don't let you leave. I know what you meant. I took a tour of the seasons. My debt is paid, that's all. The nerve you got. Get this straight, girl. I never hurt no one in my life. Now go. Go on, get. Savannah's talking to you about me? Don't suppose you could give me your number? Just so you know, she's gonna be mad at you for giving me this number. She'll get over it. Do? Nothing. Back long time ago. So she told you. She and I were something of a couple. Long time ago. Been a long time since we talked. We went to the same bookstore. I'll take that as a compliment and an insult. A while. Gone now. It was a little old dark place. Carried these musty old books. Stuff that didn't exist anywhere else. All sorts. But I was there researching our family. Savannah had this way of reading, like there was something she needed to know real bad. One day I finally asked, "What is it you need to know so bad?" You know what she said? Nothing. She handed over the book she was reading and walked out. At first, I'm feeling a touch rejected. But then I look at the book. That was the crazy thing. It was the Thornton family book of names. Births, deaths, marriage, and so on, going way back. Why, indeed. I had to know. Took me some doing, but I tracked her down. Around the time Charlotte's ghost was driving the family away, the stories started to spread. Little kids around here started playing this game to scare themselves silly. They'd turn off the lights and say, "Fire so red, night so black. Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back," over and over again until they'd just about scare themselves to death. It was just a game, but that's when people started jumping the fence at night hoping to meet her, saying that same silly rhyme. Most would just come and go in peace, but the ones who found her, it messed them up real good. A couple even went into shock. One of those people who met her was Savannah. Ask her, and maybe she'll tell you about it. After that, she became obsessed with Thornton Hall. We got to know each other. I fell for her like a Black Tuesday banker. In the end, the landing was just as rough. Plane crash. Bad blood brings bad luck. That's why you couldn't get me in there for nothing. That don't stop you from feeling them. Would you believe my happiest memories live in that house? Christmases and long summer nights stargazing on the roof. After Charlotte died, that's when something I always knew came out shining so bright I finally had to admit it. Long as it's been growing, the Thornton family tree's been split down the middle. The evil roots always trying to strangle out the good. I used to think I was on the side of good. What do you think? Don't be so sure. Maybe you're right. Yep, same here. You wouldn't know by looking around here, seeing the state we're in, but we're loaded. The Thornton family bought its money with blood, and not always our own. I don't speak ill of the dead, especially not when they're staring up at the soles of my boots. Look around. You'll see. That is where our troubles began. Most of the family'd rather it never come up. Our first factory was right here on the island. At the time, it made us a lot of money, but along the way, we got greedy. Never built a place for the workers to stay. They'd bed down right on the processing floor. Nothing for heat in the winters, so the workers built fires inside. One winter, there was a wicked cold snap. They built a couple of extra big fires, and in the night the fumes built up. None of them ever woke up again. That's when we split in two. Half saying this'll never happen again, and half saying accidents happen, grieve and move on. That was more than 100 years ago, and we still can't move on. That's why this house still stands, I think. Until we Thorntons decide who we're gonna be, we're stuck on this island. You should see it on a summer day when the ocean and the sky are sharing the same blue, and the grass is bright. But here it is, gray and dark, under all the misery we've heaped upon it. Everyone was. Everyone is. She's the bright spot of happiness in this whole miserable family. No one lives out on the island, but just on the shore. Clara, that's Jessalyn's mother. Colton, her fiancé. Depends what you mean by anyone. No. Here, take this. Yes, maybe that's enough for now. Dunno. The night before I saw her take off into the night holding this little package like it was precious to her. The look on her face. I should have stopped her, said, "What is wrong?" Clara. No. Good, sweet nonsense, no. Do not even imply that I'm after that to anyone. I do not like that shifty little punk, but I have said that about all Jesse's boyfriends. With him, I mean it a little extra. Something's crooked with the two of them together. I don't know if she can see it or not. Don't believe that, because it ain't true. She used to come visit just to laugh at me through the glass. That was the price of hearing about home. You really want to know? Then listen. I don't care if you believe me, but keep this to yourself. I wasn't close to the company then. Still ain't, but I heard through a friend of the guy down the way. You know how it goes. I heard that our processing plant in town was up to its old tricks, hiring people who couldn't afford to quit and treating them beyond bad, locking them in to meet quotas and such. I asked Clara. She denied, naturally, but it made her so mad I asked. I had to go check it out myself. I went in the middle of the night, and right away I saw it was true. The exit was padlocked, right in plain view of the world, and no one cared. I broke in, that's true. I was furious. I broke one of the big machines, that's true too. So there it is. I stood up, and boy, did I get knocked down. You don't even know the half of it. She couldn't come look at me through the other side of the glass. I never saw her again. I'm not exactly enthusiastic about the dead, no offense meant. But yes, I do find it interesting. Life is a quest for truth, is it not? And death has a way of stripping away all pretensions. You Northerners don't have a lock on big thinkers. We got plenty. Like Roscoe J. Redbrook and the Gimbaltucky Boys, and I dare you to say their lyrics don't equal those of the Greek poets. And we got that old guy with the white suit and the chickens. Point is, I like ghosts because they show me what is, not what I want to see. And wearing boots don't make you stupid. Makes you smart, if it's muddy. You did. You don't look near as bad as most who see her. She terrifies everybody. Sorry. Adios. Later. Bye. Get on out of here now. Spooky. I told you you could hear her singing. I wonder if the song means anything. I remember that song now. Jessalyn's favorite. Nothing that time. Maybe that's enough for now. I caught something good. Want to listen? Come back! Come back a minute. Who is that? What was that? Who's there? Oh my gosh. Hold on there now. What the? Holy... Charlotte, darling, you're gonna have to help me out here, 'cause I don't know how the heck I'm gonna get in this door. Check it out. Wanna hear a ghost? Sure. Is anyone in here? Come this way. Follow me out. Hey! You're not Savannah. Is she with you? Are you the new assistant? What's his name get canned or something? What did you just say? I never took her for a coward. Ghosts? No, that ain't it. She's scared of seeing me. Charlotte, darling, you're gonna have to help me out here. No need to jump, just me. That's Charlotte. It was a sad time. None of us wanted to see her leave. We didn't expect it to become what it's become. I got a book about it somewhere. Give it to you when I find it. I'll tell you what I can. But sometimes it's best to just look and listen. That there is Clara's mother. Not a great deal. She loved her secrets. Never even told Clara who her daddy was. Don't know. When Clara was about 10, Rosalie got real sick. Every day Clara would ask about her daddy. I think she was afraid of being left to fend for herself. But Rosalie wouldn't say. Can you imagine? One parent dying, leaving you alone in the world, and refusing to tell you who you belong to? She was raised alongside Charlotte and Harper. For a year, Clara kept her bags packed. She was so sure they'd just kick her out. She was just a kid. She was scared of losing her home all over again. Roger and Marie, side by side from the day they married to the day they died. Both real sweet. Charlotte and Harper's parents. May they rest in peace. Harper's stone. Indeed. She ran away shortly after Charlotte died. Long enough that we thought we'd lost her too. One day she walked in the front door looking wild and thin as a spring sapling. Never said where she was. Her granddaddy was so mad he left the stone to remind her of what she'd put them through. She'd sit out there and read. Don't know if it was spite or if it made her feel at home. Knowing her, probably both. That's your name, isn't it? Well, you don't get less subtle than that now, do you? Let's hope it's one of the living. Beauregard Thornton, mean old codger, had 2 sons, Lee and Jackson. Wasn't fond of unity, you could say. Lee grew up to be my granddaddy. Jackson was granddaddy to the girls, Clara, Charlotte, and Harper. He was a mean curmudgeon, but laid most of the foundation for the Thornton family company. Pushed Lee right to the sidelines. Guess I'm keeping with tradition. Virginia, my mother, rest her soul. Just that I miss her, and I always will. Luther, my daddy. Mama called him the king of slamming doors. He had a hot temper, but a soft heart, and no mind for business. He was an intuitive. He brought me out here to the stones at night. Taught me how to open my eyes, shut up, and listen. You rest well, Daddy. This blank one is my favorite. Now, who doesn't want a celebrity in the family? Especially one that rubs all the wrong people the wrong way. The Gray Lady. In the Civil War, they say she was a spy, passing codes for the North. If you look, you can find some of her contraptions here. Her service gave the Thornton family this land. Our whole story begins here. We're doing a good job of keeping your legacy, my dear Gray Lady, because some of us are doing our best, and some of us are doing our worst. And that one there, that's my tombstone, waiting for me.
Stop.